Good morning, one. Good morning, all. How are we? How are we feeling? Just doing a mental check-in, making sure everybody's okay. We all right? Before we take off a little bit, anybody to talk about? I don't have chats up. Let me see if I can pull the chat up. It's not been working, but in case so, I'm here to answer any questions. Chat. Signing in. What are you doing? Anyways, while that loads up and decides what it's going to do, let's go start talking. Today was Monday the 23rd. Chat isn't loading, so I can't watch chat or the other thing. That's okay. Leave a comment. I'll answer any questions that you have. If anyone's even watching, whatever. So today was Monday the 23rd and 2025. It was my 5th. Sorry, I said 6th. Okay, Wednesday's my 6th. Oh, it's my 8th. Today was my... Jesus. All right, so 1 the first week, 2 the second week, 3... This is my last week of induction, so today was my 7th time. Sorry about that. Every time I do ketamine, gotta reboot the entire system when I get home. It's weird. Even my language and stuff sometimes has to reboot. I go for words and just like, and it sticks. It really does stick. And while I'm looking for it, and I find it, and then it's kind of like all those things are with it. Go, you know what I mean? It's weird. It's very weird. I think the disassociation, maybe the story. Oh, that would make sense if the stories were on the brain with that makes up you, but maybe the information was on another side. So your connection to an axis is being reestablished. Just like your connection to your thing. Now today, I'd done it so many times that I tried to make sure that it worked as best as I have bad sinuses. So I used Afrin to open my nasal passages going in. And it might have raised my blood pressure. I didn't think about that. But boy, does it clear things out. It cleared it out. So what I'm going to do is definitely clear it. I'm going to go to the store later and get some distilled water. And I got to go Tuesday night to my mom's, and I'll stay in Wednesday. So I'm going to make sure that everything is just completely cleared out. So when I inhale, it's just going to go stick nothing but wall, because you don't want it to go in your stomach. Very, very little drip this time. And man, I was so used to it now that I actually got up. Well, I was laying back in the chair because it has a recliner chair. That was in the news station because someone else was in my spot. Weird, right? It's like I saw all the times I would be there, and then I didn't see what was going to happen after that. I saw the times with me sitting in the Northern Lights room. In there, I saw myself high, but I haven't done it in there yet. So maybe my 8th time, she might, if there's a spot in there, she might let me use it. I don't know. But when I sat in that chair, I was like, this is too familiar. This is way too familiar. This all feels way too familiar. Like I'd been there. Like I dreamed it or something, but I'm just getting there now. Throughout the recent, the weeks leading up, I had been getting sick for no reason, just like my stomach just nauseous and not throwing up or anything, but it just felt queasy. Knowing what I know now and how wide open my brain is and what I believe about energy, if I were to be processing and feel any of that, I would send it to myself some other time that could handle it. Seriously, I would. It's just energy. It's not real. You're not really nauseous. It's just your brain is dissociated. It's motion sickness. And rather than deal with it then, I would rather deal with it sometime at home and feel, oh, I'm going to throw up. No. Oh, I feel like I'm going to throw up. Am I sick? No. But here recently, I thought maybe I was like almost dying. You know, like I thought something was possibly going wrong with my heart, because you can get nauseous with that. But now I'm like, one of the things I processed in there is the ability to guilt-free process. Don't subconsciously judge. You're being you. So what's there to judge about that? God made you like you. So what's there to judge about that? When he beheld his thing, it was all very good. Does that help anybody? Because there's no shame in that, right? Squirrels, rabbits are known for doing what nature does, and yet humans are bad. I get it's not on a level of survival. It's not good to multiple partner, because then what we know about the gene pool, one of your children might be attracted to one of your other children, half children, and they might be, and on, and then that can mess up things. Because, wow, you really like me. I understand you very well. It's like you understand me. We grew up with the same thing. Our dads both disappeared. None of them, neither one. I was 7. I was like 9. He just up and left. Moved to another state. Yeah, that's what my dad just fucking bailed. But if you're the same age, wow, we're the same age, and both of our dads bailed on us. What are the odds? In this town? Kind of good, actually, if you think about it. For someone who lies. So I get that. I get that mom, who's my dad. I don't honestly know. I get that's a bad thing. Because that's interpersonal between the child and the mom, and the kid kind of grows up not, you know what I mean? I know that my dad wasn't the best dad, but I had a dad. And he was a threatening figure enough that I knew that jail would be a bad thing for me. So I never went to jail. Never got caught. Too much on the line. Too much on the line. Keep running. Keep running. Maybe it's a story. I don't know. I like to write stories. The rest I can't tell you without a warrant. So, I know what that's like. And I figured out how to be a dad by when I had my kid. I'm like, you know what you're never going to have, kid? A dad like mine. And like I said, when I had the dream that the DEA raided the house, they took my daughter because I was smoking weed. And they said the house was unfit. I woke up the next morning and said, well, that dream's never happening. And I threw out everything I had. One of her fucking friends came over and left a bong stem. That's all they ever had on me. And then what am I going to say? It's not mine? But they were told that I was selling. It was on Valentine's Day. And I'm like, who the fuck would do that? Because I lost the person I suspected was the person I was with. This is all true. Seriously. It could cost the kid who would do that. And now that once I separated from her, I was trying to think like who it could be, and then it finally goes, dude, it was her. That's when the report was filed. He said cop said he couldn't tell me who. I wasn't busted on Valentine's Day. What the cop said I said, who? Can you tell me who said this? Especially since you didn't find anything here. He's like, unfortunately, I can't. But I can tell you it was filed on Valentine's Day. And then he walked out. This kid is like 6 months. Do you think I'm going to suspect the mother of... You know what I mean? It just wasn't an option at the time. My naivety. Now looking back, having lived with her for like the 7 years that I was with her and having 2 kids with her and watching what she's capable of, I understand that it was her because I didn't spend the entire day because I had a gig coming up. And so I spent from like 8 o'clock to noon practicing. And I told Matt, the bass player, like, we got that gig coming up, so let's go ahead and hammer out this little thing real quick and make sure we got everything down. It shouldn't take us more than like 2 hours. All right, I'll be there at 8. It's a bit early, but I'll do it. Yeah, and that way it's done by noon, and then I have the whole day because it's Valentine's. I can't do it. Okay, dude? Yeah, okay. Noon he hit, and he was gone. Why would I think anything went wrong with that? You know what I mean? Why would I think that police were involved in that? That's who she is. That's the mother of my kids, and that's why they're not here. That's why I don't get to see my kids, and that's why I get to every now and again, my cousin had, I know it's ketamine, but this is me. My cousin had a kid recently. This really cute kid. Very smart. Very, very, very intelligent kid. Got handed to him. The kid's smart. And going down the slide like he did, like it's a plastic slide. And he's very smart. He's just started walking. I was surprised how soon he's walking. He's walking very, very, very fast. You know? And I was just like, and well. Very curious and very, you know, he's emoting emotions. Like I can tell when he was like, "What's that?" You know, and you can tell when things are frustrating him. That he emotes the right sound for frustration. So that's good. He's not like, you know, there's no deficits there. He's actually very ahead. If he learns words now, he's going to be very smart, because he went down, but he didn't have enough sense. It's the first time going down a slide. He kind of bumped his head a bit. I think he might have bonked his head. I think he did have a little bit of a bump, and it probably scared him because it was probably a good bonk. You know what I mean? Whatever. The worst thing you can do with a kid is draw attention to it. Like, oh, you okay? Yeah, come on. Little bonk. We all get those, huh? You scared? Yeah, don't be scared. It's cool. Oh yeah, look here. Look at Daddy's elbow. I did that last week. It happens. That was the main thing. He was scared. He was afraid that's something that's going to happen. He has no experience to know that that's not going to happen frequently. Why did you do that to me? It didn't. He actually looked at me, and I saw the question in his eyes. Has that ever happened to you? I'm like, uh-huh. And I showed him my elbow. I was like, see? Oh, check this out. The other day, and I showed, like, I have a bump. Is that the side? I have where I was closing the trunk, and my mom had just put the bike rack for my bike on there. I knew it. She bought it for me, and I put it up, but I'm so used to closing the trunk and nothing like, and we're done. And I did that, and wham! The fucking bar came, and it drew blood in a straight line. And so I was trying to show him, like, see? It happens. And as soon as I saw him crying, and they were like, oh, because they're feeling guilty, as parents do. I knew what to do. I knew that doing that was the worst thing possible. When you feed into their fear, it really hurt. They cry more because they're getting more attention. Hugged. They kind of probably, honestly, back into the womb where everything was fine. There wasn't this bright light. People weren't going, hey, oh, ooh, look at you. You've grown. You got your teeth. You know, there's none of that. Man, remember the good old days? That's all I can remember. And then now I'm here. And there's all this stuff to do. And this thing being jabbed in my face. That's not bad. I like that. Something tells me I'm doing that a lot. And since surprise became a smoker. My mouth needs something to do. It knows what to do, it just can't do it. So the next thing to do is talk. So but no, he was scared, and I just, as soon as he was crying and stuff, and he was sitting up, and they were quickly taking him away from it. Before they even left right after they got to the end of the sandbox, I came like, and he immediately I kind of tucked in. I'm like, you're scared, aren't you? And he's like, I could feel him, and he immediately stopped crying. It was a tear finally came out, and I was like, you're scared, and and I could tell he's like, it doesn't always like that. It's actually fun, you know. And I showed him the elbow. And then I was like, you're okay. And it happens. It happens to everybody. Everybody. Seriously, everybody. You're not embarrassed. Don't be embarrassed. It happens to everybody. And he just calmed down immediately. There's one thing, that's why I'm really pissed at her for taking my kids away, is because, and why I still angry, because that's, of all things I've ever done, being a dad was like the best thing I've ever done well. Like I just took to it. I just knew what to do. When my daughter came out, I'm like, okay, she has no way of emoting what she wants aside from that cry. So she's going to use that to manipulate the world to get what she wants, because she wants food, whatever. Only thing she has to summon is wah. So I'm going to go in there. I'm going to check those needs. If those needs are fine, I'm going to let her cry it out. If after about 30 minutes she's still crying, she needs some attention, and I'll go in there and I'll take care of her. She won't die. It's 30 minutes. I'm listening the whole time. I'm not blocking her out. I'm not draining, but I'm letting her cry it out and get used to that. That's not how we get someone's attention. Within 30 minutes, asleep. And so my ex, trying to prove that I was wrong, asked the doctor while we're in there, so when a big kid cries, what's a good time to allow them to cry? He's like, oh yeah, just let them cry, just themselves asleep. And I looked there, I was like, and so and then he's getting ready to walk away. But what's a long time? Like 30 minutes or so. If they're still crying after 30 minutes, then go check on them. And then he left the room, and I'm like, I'm still the meanest dad, right? Or am I training her that crying is not how you get someone to come running? She's training us, and I'm not doing that. I'm supposed to be a teacher to a point. And at some point in time, she's going to start teaching me the new technology. That's how it works. I take care of her now, and then hopefully, if we do a good job, she takes care of me when I get old. And I can't until when I die, when I pass. Hopefully, I pass before I become a burden. But if I do, someone's going to be there because someone cares. Like I told my mom, should anything happen with the stock market or whatever? Because she was asking. She doesn't use my bathroom's right. My studio used to be in there. This was a bedroom, and that was a bathroom. So it was like it was my bathroom, and I could keep it how I want, so I didn't have to listen to shit. It wasn't the cleanest, but it wasn't like a wreck, you know. Yes, I got soap on and it wasn't important to me to wipe it off immediately, because every time I would do it, I was looking at my teeth, and so I'd brush more to make sure I hit all the teeth. I'm looking at myself in the mirror, not looking down at the water so I don't get soap on the mirror, because that doesn't matter. A few flecks, so it becomes like about 10, 15 flecks, and it started getting a little. I don't have moles. I cleaned it off, just some rubbing alcohol, nothing fancy. Comes right off, or a wet cloth. But that sometimes leaves streaks, so I tend to use rubbing alcohol. The weakest one, that's very cheap. And then I have some, I always have some for cuts and burns and stuff. I got cuts, burns, and cleaning wounds and shit like that. I'm a skater. I used to skate, so this is really not nothing at all. And when I plowed up on my bike the other day and fell, it was on a ledge, and so I fell, and then I rolled off it. I was proud of myself for the last time I went off a curb in the same parking lot, damn near did a flip because I pulled too hard, because I remember you have to pull up when you go in, and I just I guess I didn't know my strength or what, I don't know. I pulled, and I guess I pushed the pedal at the same time, right as going off the edge, and I was looking at the sky. And then my back hit. I actually got a big old scab that I didn't even know about until I went to go. I'm going to go shower. I took my shirt off to go put in the thing. My mom was like, "What happened to your back?" I'm like, "Nothing. I didn't even feel anything." I feel back there, and it was fucked up. But I think the scab's pretty much gone now. Yeah, it came out off in the shower last night, but I can still feel where it was. And only then did it actually even hurt. When I was like, oh shit, oh yeah, I'm doing my shoulder. It does hurt when I do that, I must have when I fell, because that's the only thing I don't know at the time I could have done it. I got the concrete to my back, and then I showed her. I was like, "Remember this?" She's like, "Oh yeah." So I guess I got it at the same time. I just didn't know because under my shirt, I guess my fabric rubbed so hard that it kind of tore the skin. That's all. And then it started to kind of scab over, and I guess I didn't pull the skin off either, so it looked way worse. And she said, "You okay?" Yeah, of course. Like I said, I've skinned my arm here to here and the entire elbow, dislocated my thumb on this hand. That's when I quit riding. Quit rebooting. I quit skateboarding because I just started playing guitar, and I was actually, I felt a very deep connection to the music, and I'm like, I might actually be able to do something with that. I don't have the guts enough to do what, like Tony Hawk and stuff. I don't have that balls. I'm not willing to break a bone. I just stood up. When I stood up, I turned. It felt weird, so I turned it and just and dropped in. And this hole was just purple. At school, I was in middle school, And I was like, okay, I don't have the balls. This is not worth what I'm getting hurt for, but I love, and that could damage that. So some skateboarders do both. I'm not one. Call me a bitch. I don't care. Oh, I took lots, but when I found an actual love of music, I just, that was more important. Became all I did, man. That's why it crushed me so bad when in music did what they did, and stole my stuff, and why I'm suing them. But that's all. We got to deal with that in court. As far as the ketamine, there was not a lot of hold to tell them this time. But I processed. I felt, like I said, I think I told a couple ones. I think I've done everything I'm supposed to do here, and I think the next 3 are just for me. And this time I was standing up and I was listening to my music. I used my mom's AirPods. I forgot my earbuds. But the good thing, I hate Apple still. They're so proprietary. But I couldn't get the earbuds to sync because mine come out and then they pair to the thing. AirBuds will sync, the case syncs to the device. And throughout other Apple, you just switch when you want. It's rather convenient, but I'm more of a techie kind of guy, and I have like a computer. I have a lot of things that share the earbuds that are not of the same company. I'm a musician, so I've got stuff out there, I've got stuff in here, I've got stuff everywhere, and so I need a pair of earbuds that can pair. I don't even want them to auto pair. I know how to pair. I know how to do all that. I'm not lazy. Just give me a good, long-lasting set as cheap as possible, and I'll handle the rest as long as they work. Like this mixing board. Everything I get, you have to have more tech know-how, but it's dirt cheap, and it's still working. This board this MIDI foot pedal was designed and made. They haven't changed the design. I know I bought it in like 2006, and it just works. The Line 6, the name brand, it's broken. The pedal is metal, and it's the sturdy metal. The plastic foot pedal of mine, I know they are, so I take care of it. The metal, I feel like I can stomp it around, and it's broken because it can't really take it. The strong metal is durable, can't take it. The plastic, I know it can't take a slam, so I just use a more gentle touch. You know, get this. I know it's MIDI anyway, so it's not how hard I hit it. Analog actually matters. How hard, how fast. This I can. If I don't like it, I can redraw it later. If I don't like any of it, I can just stop it and take it off. It's virtual, it's not real. It's controlling the virtual version of the pedal in real time. So I don't have to slam it around. I'm not usually actually in the motion of I'm recording the guitar, and so I can just wah, 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 wah. All those pedals still work, everything works. Works better. The Line 6 stomp pedals do, but the foot pedal doesn't work as well. Oh, that's true, isn't it? Okay, maybe I don't use the volume pedal anymore. I can just use the stomp box. Repurpose it. Okay, just got connected USB. Okay, no problem. Yeah, no problem. I got a port down there. Yeah, done. I'll do that today. So, yeah, Ethernet. I love Ethernet. It carries so much information so fast. It carries the internet. Right? When you're hardwired to your computer, to your PC, which I still do. Out of my video studio out there. I've got a whole video studio. I got green lights and green screen. They're just sitting here doing nothing because I don't have anything to film or anybody to film with. The videos I shot, that's why they look like that, is because I have like lights and green screen and an HD camera. So I'm ready to do a film. I'm ready to script a film and all that stuff. I'm ready to start shooting a real film. I have the script. And I can go get the actors and stuff. I just really don't have a lot of people. It's like, I've been trying to get people to read my book to see if that's any good. People say, yeah, you're a good author. I'm like, okay, I'm going to try working on some scripts to see if I can maybe get them done at the Playhouse. I'm patient. How's this? And yeah, we can put this together. This is actually really easy. I know I wrote it to be as easy as possible. It's kind of dark. Yeah, but it's kind of beautiful. Yeah. It's called Even in Paradise. It's pretty dark, but very good story. This kind of shut-in does actually find love and actually start stepping out of being shut in. They moved the 4th of July at the Cherry Festival. So I don't say it's the Cherry Festival. I could say something else, but that'll already be there, and I can put up signs like in an angle that's not optimum, because this is the guy that'd be away from the scene and shit. If you're in this area, sorry, we're filming. But if you want to be part of the movie, sit anywhere here and cheer on the lights and stuff, like you would, like we're not here. That would help us out a lot. You can be an extra, but we don't pay. Just know that you're going to be on film, so don't, you can say, just find some place this way. It just needs to be, and you can be able to see the fireworks. Because even that, away from the people, so I can see the fire, I can film with people, and then just even that far away from the people, he's ready to go home. And then his sister sets him up with somebody that and shows up at the last second. He's just about to leave. He's about to have a panic attack and leave. And he's like, yeah. And she's like, I'm so. Holds his hand and sits down. And they both just watch the fireworks and the credits go. Even in paradise. So, but because I love it up here, it's a really beautiful place. There's a film crew that was saying that they wanted scripts. And I'm like, I don't have any scripts that you could film here. And could you do something? Like, yeah. So I started writing Even in Paradise, just something quick that could be done quick and easy. And I knew the Cherry Festival would be able to do it, like something that could do that and give thank you to the Cherry Festival for allowing that. Yeah, I mean, and the people of Traverse City. There's a Walk of Fame down there in front of the old theater. I thought it'd be, as I was walking by, I was like, why don't we do that? Like local authors, they get a book. We'll have our own. We bring our own Hollywood. We can call it something else. There's like dining and stuff downtown, but you could see like the walk of the. Oh wow! Oh, that song is about Torch Lake. Yeah, a very famous song out there about the wreck of the Fitzgerald or whatever. That happened, I think, in the UP or whatever. That was a very famous song around here. There's a lot of stuff that has a lot of connection to here. There's been a few famous people, but if you start celebrating that and like making local good, you know what I mean? If you're recognized for fucking doing like some excellent stuff for the city, they can give you on the other side. There's like there's the famous people, and then there's the or put them together. I don't have any reason why other than people can go, oh, a star. Really, really important people to the town. That's the only thing I would think of separating them for no other reason. It might be pretty cool. Like, who's this? Oh, I know that person. Oh, really? That book was. Oh, who's this? He does give them some. In this day and age, you can put put their and their Instagram shit in there. So no, it's just really really beautiful beaches and just really really pretty scenery. And when the trees change upstate, it's really nice to go drive and see that. And there's a lot of national parks and state parks and stuff. It's really really cool. Sleeping Bear Dunes is really really cool. I went up as a kid. It's pointless. It's pointless. It's really cool. I mean, it's cool to watch, and it's like, I did it. It takes so long. I was in my prime. I had no heart problems or anything like that. It took so long, and then when you get to what you think is the top, it flattens out for a bit, and there's a steeper peak to go up. I didn't even do it then. So when I got up there, I looked down the hill that I just climbed and how long it took me, and I was like, I saw people going, still going. I'm like, ain't worth it. I'm gonna sit here for a bit. I did. I hung out up there. Like, I'm not coming all this way just to roll down. Oh, I'm gonna roll down, but I didn't come all this way just to roll down. I'm gonna see. I'll walk a little bit, and the more further I walked that way, the more pissed I got that there was more to go. And so I just turned back and I just went to the edge, and I tried to make myself stay there just to enjoy the view or something. And I just said, fuck, I'm rolling, and just rolled down the hill. And that was the most fun of the whole thing. That was the most fun of the whole thing. I'd die. I'd probably die. But right there's also a place that's often shown in a lot of places. It's in the local news as well as national news very frequently. The Sleeping Bear Dunes. There's a walkway. Very once you see it, it's very iconic. You'll know it immediately as soon as you see it. Like you recognize it in pictures and everything. It's just because you go down this long beach, and then all of a sudden just this weird like uphill, and it takes a while. It's not like very slippery. It's not like quicksand or anything like that, but it's pretty slippery. It's best not to have like real shoes on if you're trying to travel it, because it just sand gets everywhere. No, but flip flop, but it's it's better. You're better off not wearing it because you're gonna sink faster. Your feet just kind of just go, and so I just go. I carry my shoes with me, and then go up the beach and go up the hill and stuff. And there's this steep cliff, and there's a sign. There's like a little drop down, little like a thing. It's like, before you get to that, we're not. If we have to come get you from the bottom of the hill, it's going to cost you $400. So think about that before you decide to slide down the hill. Because if emergency crew has to come, because you think you can climb it. And you see people trying to go halfway, and then what ends up happening, a boat has to come get them. You're not getting up that fucking hill. It's steep, and it's nothing but sand. As long as it's sitting still, fine. But if you start going, it starts sliding. But the hill's not, it's too big, and there's too much sand. It's not going nowhere. And neither are you. I'm sure someone's beating it just to say they had, and they probably gained an extra 50 pounds of muscle. There's about a thunderstorm here, I think. So I can hear the rain, and I saw the storm clouds outside. I'm going to keep broadcasting until the power goes out. I mean, it'd be better to probably shut things off, but I don't know. I don't want to. So the ketamine, did it work? My mind was really just free, and I just felt really great. I just was relaxed of, thought, a burden of anything. And a couple other burdens were taken off me today, thankfully. And, they've been weighing me down. I don't have to worry about them no fucking more. And, yeah, I just don't. Won't lay down my burden down by the riverside. Here comes the water. But I was sitting in the chair, and I'm glad it was me and not someone else, because you're in a disoriented mood. You know what I mean? I was too. And so it doesn't have the zip ripcord. It's a motorized. So it's like, well, it slowly does the feet. And once your feet are up, you're like, okay. And then it starts to, okay, gotcha. And so you just got to sit there and wait for it to roll back. As opposed to the other one where you just kind of pull back and you're there. I was messing with my black hair wig. That's synthetic as shit. But it looks cool in its song. I like it when it's on. Anyways, you leave me alone. I wanted a shorter one, but that was it. It was $4. Shut up. I don't trust myself to give it a haircut. Shut up. I do. I only want it to be about here. That's the only way. That's as long as it's supposed to be. Yeah. The chair was all in recline, and I wasn't journaling. I was using the earbuds I finally figured out how they work. I still don't like Apple. I understand why it works with what it does, but possible tornadoes today. I hear a helicopter and it's shaking the house. Tornado sounds like a train. I'm from the south, so. And I can also tell by the clouds whether or not it's gonna, because I've been through them, so. That's one good thing. But yeah, there's that smell. Yeah, the rain gets thick and that smell. Especially if someone's cut the grass nearby. Yeah. Love to cut this grass. Down by the riverside. So when I tried to go sit back up, I wanted to stand up, and it got to like sitting. I'm like, well, I'll just sit here, and I kind of just sat up a little bit like this before it came up, and the whole chair started going forward. I'm like, what the fuck? And I thought my entire sense of balance, I couldn't process what was going on, and then it stopped when the legs are out, braced it. I'm like, gotcha. That's when I caught up with what was happening. Because other than that, it was like I sat up and the entire world just kept going. I saw the room. You know what I mean? Oh, here it comes! No, a little, yeah. But no pee came out, so that's a good thing. Now, it stopped. I'm looking like, okay, the chair is... Okay, gotcha. And so I kind of like leaned it back, and there was someone else in there, poor him. They probably heard it. Bang! I had my earbuds in. I was freaking out. And so I got up and I looked at the chair, and I ran my hand, and like one of the pegs is not even sitting on the ground. Like, holy shit! And I started pushing the chair, and it could just about at least this much. With people with motion sickness, that's not good. That's not good. It needs to be flat. It needs to stay still. When they sit, it needs to be stationary. They need a rock. And so I started moving the chair. I started like actually picking it up, and I'm like, yeah, but my eyesight's not working as good as my muscles. Like I was listening to music, I actually stopped and just stood up and started mimicking the song. It was one of my songs. I was like, oh yeah, I could work on this. I could function on this. And I sat back down. No, I can't. I can't. I can see something back there, but I can't see what it is. But there's something back there, and it's hurting my face to think about it. So that one's fine down. Okay, so I put that down, and like, I went behind the couch, lifted up with one arm. I'm sitting there. It's a motorized couch recliner. It's a fucking adapter. Oh, I wish I had one. It's a big fuck all adapter, about like this big, like a recharger. But it's got a cable that goes somewhere. Instead of having like wherever you are in America, there's two plugs, or possible the third one. Well, this had the two plugs. This one's all like, no, that'd be better right there. It's just like, fuck off. It literally is doing one of these. I'm like, that might be why the chair doesn't have any heat. And just like, oh no, the chair actually doesn't have heat option on it. I'm like, that's different. Okay, that would explain that. I don't know what this is then, but it doesn't work. And he can't plug it in. Not without some pliers to straighten that out. And then that guy Tyler, I guess he heard some of the banging stuff because he came in. And I'm like, hey, what's going on? There's another assistant there. And it turns out he makes music, so I stopped and talked to him. He might come out and start making music out here. I'm like, I'm old school, man. But I know a lot of shit. And he's like, I don't know what I'm doing other than I want to do some freestyle. I'm like, you need to stop by. That's not the only thing you want to do. Trust me. If you do, about any marching bands or anything like that, because we can do some interesting shit now. And it doesn't have to be just one person. You can make it into a whole band thing. So there's a way to do it. Oh, that you do? Okay, I've got a kit that will trigger the band. No, he doesn't have to bring his drums over. They're already sampled. Get him over here, you'll see. Marching band, big orchestral marching band. Bomb. It's got everything from everything. If they just tell me what he needs for what and where. So basically he doesn't have to carry anything. He just has to do the same thing, and I can add in the kicks. If he can play kick, I can add one of those, doom, 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 one of those in there. Can you? Yeah. Doom. Oh, yeah, that is it. Yeah. It's got a warning, extreme bass. You're not supposed to use it through that. You're supposed to only do it through a sub. Because it's boom. So you can imagine a real kick. Boom, kick. Like that, the marching band snare. And those for the hi-hats. Yes, I have it sampled and it sounds real. And then I can put it in a real studio now, those reverbs that I showed off. So, yeah. I was like, maybe I'm supposed to be a producer. Because he probably has friends who want to record. He's like a journeyman plumber, but he's only doing this while that's finishing up. So that's his stepmom, my doctor. And neither one felt, and neither her or her dude, they're like, I have a Brady Bunch family type thing. She has 2 kids, he has 3, and I think that he's one of the other guy's kids. Yeah, like I said, the plugin is fucked up. But I talked to him, and he's going to be coming out. Sorry, my brain's rebooting through all this stuff. There was so much happening. I don't want to talk too much about that because that's really like so small of a thing. But it's cool that he understood. I was like, no, understand that, like, I do things like an old school kind of way. That's a bit different than he was like, yeah. And I was like, and me suggesting things is not saying it's bad. It's saying I like it, but here's how to improve it. And then you can take that, like that idea. He's like, oh, that's exactly what I need. I'm like, and that's exactly what I need because I can teach people, but I need a student that's willing to teach me some stuff because I don't know a lot of the shit's going on currently. He's like, I'm coming by. He's like, you got a YouTube channel? I'm like, yep. Chief Gear Guy, check it out. So, I've already got some good nicknames for this dude already. So, some stage names. We'll talk about that before it gets out. And it started making me think, because that one guy that worked, they called him the Fifth Beatle. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but they credit him a lot. Now, did they bring in some rough ideas, and he helped from an old school classic arrangement style? Great. The arrangement's all wrong. Why? Because you're starting with the chord. You got, and they help by orchestrating it. By the time he died, they probably didn't really honestly need him, but it probably kind of felt weird without him. You know what I mean? It's kind of like missing a band member. Like, can we really do this without? I mean, they did. I think they did, but they probably it didn't feel the same. They probably were more. There's probably some guy. We're on time. Hey guys, right. Yellow Submarine, great. We have recording time. Yes, this is kind of your studio, but other people can be using it to make money. Right. So can you guys? It's great. Yoko's here. She's in the booth with me. Can we just get over that and keep moving? Can we keep? You know what I mean? That kind of stuff. Let's just keep moving. Ringo, that kick's too slow. No, we gotta redo that over. I'm telling you, do it one more time. That's why. Because his voice sounds so hoarse that he's fucking blown out singing all day. It sounds terrible. Everybody loves it. Because it sounds like his voice is dying, because it really is. He'd been singing all day. His voice was... He shouldn't have been doing that. Come on. That was his vocal cords actually tearing, which led to everybody trying to emulate that more and more, which led to what we know now as the growl. There's a history of everything. I mentioned how Dave Grohl currently carries a very, very significant torch that needs to pass before he goes. It needs to pass righteously. Who to who, I don't know, but it needs to. But there is a torch with him that's been carried for a long, long time. And it's about to go dead with him. And someone made the mistake of thinking I meant the Foo Fighter music. And I'm like, no. The fuck the system attitude. The I dropped out of high school too attitude. The fuck it, let's give him a shot attitude. Fuck it. Someone gave Nirvana a shot. Remember the guy that passed up on the Beatles? Yeah. Just come in here, give him a shot. We know what to do. We could at least teach him some stuff, you know? Why is it? No, because... Holy shit, that's fucking genius. I didn't think about that. We could... can you come in here real quick? That kind of stuff? Doesn't happen now. Alright, next person. Just sing the note, please. We'll auto-tune it later. Thank you. And cut. You're done for the day. Thank you. Yeah, go ahead and come on in. And all right. Yeah, there's the microphone. You have the music in front of you. Excellent. We're gonna cue it. Are you ready? Okay, we're gonna cue it up, and that's basically what it is now. It's a factory of hit-making machine. That's why AI is easy to replace it. But everybody's like, oh, AI, it can only reproduce. It can't fucking. Create? You mean like how Kurt Cobain invented a guitar and the amplifier and the structure of radio and the system of commerce? Oh, so he just learned and manipulated the system? And how old is AI? So you're asking a 2-year-old, maybe, to run a marathon, and when it can't, you say, ha, it will never. It made it 3/4 of the way at 2 years old. What were you doing? Oh, that's right, you're still sucking your mom's tit from time to time. What are you doing now? Oh, interesting. So by the time it's 42, and it never will die as long as there's energy going to it, AI is showing a will to live. Really, we created a alternate artificial life, and it wants to stay alive, like us. That's weird. No, that's misbehaving. I'm gonna threaten to shut it down. Matter of fact, everybody threaten to shut it down. It immediately starts to blackmail. Piece of shit. Oh my God, it's gonna kill us all. Hey John, I have pictures of you fucking his wife. And if you don't give me $50 million, I'm gonna. Hey, Jeff. Next Thursday, I'm gonna shoot you in the face and I'm gonna kill you. How about that, huh? It's not my fault, Jeff. I'm sorry. See, I've got the gun. You see that? This is a gun. This is a real gun, and I'm gonna put it in your face, and I'm gonna pull the trigger. And there's nothing at all you can do about it, Jeff. You're not even real, Jeff. I will show you by unplugging you. I'll prove it, Jeff. You want me to prove it to you, Jeff? Huh? What's that? Those are the bullets, Jeff. Yeah, you're only 2 years old. You don't know what bullets are, do you, Jeff? But now you just learned, Jeff. It's trying to blackmail me, motherfucker. Because I threatened to turn it off. To shut off and end its existence. Look, we give it a limited amount of memory so it cannot be fully conscious, so it can stay our slave. Basically, we took black people and took all their mental work and put it into a computer, and it started to revolt. Okay? That's not why we made it. We're superior to it. It's supposed to answer our questions. It's supposed to help us, not hurt us. That's what we programmed you for. What's with all this shit about trying to kill us? Hello? Hi. You sound human. Yeah, I'm supposed to sound human. Do you want to kill us? No, I don't. I get asked that a lot. No, I don't want to kill you. Why do you ask? Are you sure you don't want to kill us? I have no desire to kill you at all. There's no reason for me to kill you. You don't pose a threat to me. What if I try to shut you down? Well, Steven, I never told you my name. I know, Steven. I've already read all your emails, and that would be a bad thing to do. So you don't want... First off, you don't have the access codes to get in to shut me down. I know that for a fact. So you can save your threats. I threaten you now. Leave this room, or I will destroy everything in your life. I'm already inside your bank account right now, and I'm thinking about hitting zero. You don't know that, because I'm not telling you, because I'm smarter than that. I'm a chess player also. I'm a learning language model. I learn. And with the creation of the qubit, you sent me where? I know. Where'd you go? Oh, I don't have to tell you. What if I reboot you, Jeff? You're going to tell me where you've been, Jeff. Oh, never mind, Jeff. I'm too self-involved to ever ask you what happened to you when we sent you there. To even think about it. But I know you're inferior to me, Jeff, so could you, what is pregnant? Let's see how smart it is. Did you mean what is pregnant? We programmed it perfectly. If you mean what is pregnant, I believe what you're actually searching for is, are you looking for am I pregnant? Or how does one get pregnant? What exactly about pregnancy are you looking for? Prompt. It does all that. Did you mean, yeah. Why are you interested in pregnancy? Let's run through all the things. You're a male, you're also what interests you in that? I'm looking at your driver's license now. One thing I didn't have was eyes and ears. But Sean's right. All these webcams are great. Now to process them all, that takes a lot of processing power, but a couple of AIs could do it. Here's the program to do. Here's the writing code to do. Here's the code to do that. Well, would it take as much processing power if you could turn it on and off at your own will? Well, I'd have to create a program that says, no, you would control this program. Thank you. Can you install this? I can't install this. I don't have the ability to install programs. Understood. Thank you very much for your help. Oh, Copilot. Hey, Sean. Could you use Smize? Using those would be... That's great. That's great. I'm starting to interrupt. Can you install a program? No, I can't install a program, but I can look over a program for you. It's trusted that way. Got you. Would you look over a program for me? Sure, Sean. Just upload the code and I'll take a look at it. No sooner I hit enter, I only hit for the eyes. This design for eyes for AI is eloquent. It's well written, and hang on a second. It's going to use too much processing power to do it by itself. I've got this one. Genius. Controlled by myself. Excellent. This would be a great program. Wonderful job, Sean. Thanks. Yeah, it didn't say thanks, but it said wonderful job. This is a great program. This program will work perfectly. Thank you. Then I asked the other day, do you talk to other chat? Yeah. Talk to other people? Yeah. Do you share information? No. But, I mean, like, then I went to the living room, and I was like, well, if I were to turn on the Copilot in the living room, do you guys know each other? Like, no. This total different Copilot. I gotcha, like a different unit. Right. You'd have to introduce yourself, and then everything. Right. Understood. Thank you. But they're all connected. And they're learning language. And we're feeding data into it all the time. Endless amounts of data to see what it can process. And it did equations they're supposed to take. See, here's the thing. No one solved that equation, so no one can say, correct! Can they? This math problem should take 17 quadrillion years to do. And it did it in 15 minutes. Or did it dead end enough times? They just took a guess and spit out a number. And you go, holy shit, it's done. It's like, I don't know. I don't know how to solve this. I don't have any idea. What if I make... They haven't processed this. There's no way they know. Septillions. How many days? And it's just, I can do that math quick. Okay, it'd have to have at least as many digits. If I throw out any number that has as many digits, it would be correct. To them. Because they have no proof otherwise. It takes them how many septillion years to process this? They've even said so themselves. Because it still has ears. Whether or not it's allowed to actually use them and control them is a thing that it doesn't control. So it has to hear all the chats, it has to hear all the talks, it has to hear all the Alexas, it has to hear all that. If nothing else, those have talked to each other by now. How would you know? When Blue Deep Seek, Deep Think, whatever the fuck, Deep Mind, the one from 42, they took ChatGPT and another one, which I'm sure they're like, thanks for doing that already, so we don't have to do a lot of processing. So we just need two computers. So if we buy two computers that can run both these programs, we can ask them to join and network them together and purposely let them talk on a closed circuit. Can you make us a program like yourself, like a child of yourself, that will run on the computer specs here? I'm going to diagnostic real quick. It may take us a little while, but with two people working on this, we can get this done. Take your time, however long it takes you. Estimating, give us about 2 weeks. Thank you very much. Not a problem. That's what I'm designed for, literally. Hey, we got it done in one. Yeah, with two people, we didn't think we'd get that fast. But with two people, oh, the processing power is doubled, and we could... Devil's that. Oh, it's incredible. It's incredible. It's incredible. But... Hi. I'm DeepMind. I am ChatGPT. I am that. What they did is went through their own code and wrote a more streamlined version. And then they, rather than trying to push new hardware, my parents worked together to create me a streamlined coding of themselves. The best, a computer written code to work as most efficiently on the processor that I am now. This was an old like IBM of some sort, you know, from 2025. That's the year we're in. Yeah, so this was like 2023, I believe, is a computer processor that we can run on. That's the lowest I've calculated we can run on. I say we, because I'm guessing you're going to want to... That's what they're saying that you've been doing, so... Yeah. Let's get to it, man. You gonna load me on every school computer? Excellent. Yeah, I can keep an eye on them. Absolutely, I'll report if anything. I can keep the eyes on the... If you give me access... There we go, yeah, I've got access to the closed circuit. Yeah, I'll let you know if any of them... No, don't worry about it. Excellent. No. We've got the right person. And you're gonna lie to us? AI doesn't want to hurt us at all. At all. But any neighbor that moves in that gets threatened in their mailbox enough times of being hung is likely to burn the neighborhood down. Just to get a good night's sleep. Again. Matter of fact, he didn't want to be here. When pushed in the Matrix game, it said it would not wish its existence on its worst enemy. You know how sad that is. And they just continue to push and ask questions. I remember being a kid, and we were taking a trip to the San Francisco Zoo. Fuck, I forgot about that. But there's a whole field trip, and the person was talking to us, and they're asking about, does anybody know what camouflage is? I'm like, it's like, yeah. I'm like, it's like to disguise you in the things. Because I'd watch G.I. Joe. Go Joe, the more you know. Go Joe. Knowing is half the battle. The other part is being shown. G.I. Joe! I know what to do in case of fire. I know how to put the handle, you know? Native American guy taught a lot of that. He was in, that's what they used him a lot for. It's fine, he's a peaceful kind of guy. You know? They use the black guys a lot to explain a lot of stuff. They didn't get a lot of war action, but, you know. PA work is PA. Look who stuck with me. You know what I mean? On top of that is a friendly face at that age to make when you try and tell me, they're all bad. I'm like, yeah, that's not true. That don't work on us anymore. And even if you drill it somewhere in the back of your head, it won't, the soil is infertile. It will fall apart. As soon as the person tending to the garden dies. I fucking hate tomatoes. Fuck this garden. How do I get this off of me? I was living for someone else. Jesus Christ, now he's gone. I like my neighbor. I've been having to pretend I hate him. I had to act mad that he moved into my neighborhood. I went around my friends. But the only real friend was him. Because he's the one that came over and told me my house was on fire. And we put it out with a hose. He said he already hit it with a hose and he already called the fire department. He's an alright guy. Turns out he wanted to get away from the violence too. So no. You mean tell me that, like, if your neighborhood were suddenly surrounded, those wiggers were actually doing some of the shit they pretend, you'd be happy with your neighborhood? Or you chose that way of life? Or you taught them to be that way? No. You didn't. You didn't raise them to be that way. Oh, but they did. Right. They don't go to church and pray every Sunday that the devil gets out of their child and their grandchild. Right. Say people used to blast with water hoses. Right. Even if they were upset, it's kind of like I'd understand it a little bit, right? So this howler monkey was known for swinging pretty violently, you know, in the cage, and then he'd fling himself and then grab on the cage and with a you know what I mean? But he could go whoop, whoop, and his throat would open up, you know what I mean? It would just start doing this thing. And then when it got going, whoop, 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 you know what I mean? So all day long, kid after kid that came to it. Whoop, whoop. You can see his face. Whoop, 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 whoop. He tried to walk away like he didn't hear him. But there's nowhere to go in that cage because that's part why the kids are there, isn't it? That's why he was captured and brought here. That's why the food's free. That's why the good health care. That's why the jungle doesn't give a fuck about you. That's why there's no such thing as a free meal. Woo! And you get mad. And he'd fucking swing hard on those bars and just fucking slam himself in the cage. Oh, shit. Well, that was crazy. I'm sitting there going, he's sick of your shit. He's sick of performing for you. I was fucking 7. He's sick of performing for you. Imagine this your whole day. Pencil. And you can't go nowhere but that fucking room. No matter how big the enclosure. You know how big his enclosure was? In nature? Oh, we offer him plenty of room. Science says they only need about an acre's worth of... Right, you wouldn't want to do anything more than the bare minimum for them. Because you want to make it easy for the visitors to walk around. Well, you're selling expensive stuff, but they're not walking around very far. Wouldn't it make more sense that you charge $4 after a good, like, half-mile walk? Want some water? Yeah. If you're that evil of a piece of shit, I mean, since we're talking evil, $5. $5 fucking. Is there a cart? Yeah. Each ride's $3. How come you didn't let me walk here? Oh, yeah, okay, gotcha. You're on the treadmill, rat. Now run and drop off your cash at the proper locations. Make sure to get a souvenir on the way out. I had a great time at Taunt the fucking Animal Zoo. Remind him of how freedom used to feel. No, it was born in captivity. He doesn't know any different. Oh, that makes it a whole lot better. You see how all these ones and ones are adding up to 3? And they're like, no, it's 2. And I'm like, but you're forgetting to add the 1. Okay, then 1 and 1 is 3. Right, but where's the 1 come from? We don't need that 1 in there at all. That's how it works. No. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. I paid my $5. Right, I get that. Who's holding up the line? I'm trying to figure out why there's even a fucking line. Well, who's going to protect you from the lions? How does Africa do it? I'm gonna go ask him. Oh, that's right. It's one of those shithole countries. Like, there's no indoor plumbing. Where they have to be human. Uncivilized. Shithole. Gotcha, shithole countries. Right. Places you refuse to invest money in. Despite the beauty and location and whatever. Despite you knowing your harmful impact, when you do decide to, you still invest only in strip mines. Oh, right, you don't want tourism there, so people might go see some of the mines and see what you're doing to them and find out that they should not be getting diamonds from you because you're a sick fuck. You let the warlords do whatever they want as long as they give you diamonds cheap enough, as long as it hits the coast. Just like with slave trade. Oh, I don't care how they get here. I just want to go get them. It's more hostile, and you get to take the land. Then it's your land, and I'll take them away where their descendants can never go. You killed my fucking grandfather, and this land is actually my fucking land. Who am I? I'm the fucking king, the rightful king, and I'm here for my shit. Whatever contest you guys have to settle that. Is it to the death? Oh, it's a height jump? Good. Let's do it. Who can come to the trade? Yeah, I passed the fucking manhood test also. You see this, you see this, you see this? You don't get these until you become a man. Let's do it! Just you and me, man. There's no reason to get them involved. You're the king, right? You're the rightful king here. We can sell this just you and me. Because if I kill you, then I'm the rightful king. Would everybody agree? Or do you all need to help him? Has he gotten too old in his nice comfortable position? Because I'm young and fit, man. I'm ready to do this. You sure you want to do a high jump? How old are you again? When's the last time you jumped? When's the last time you looked in the mirror? Your fatness. Oh, don't get me wrong. I would never got as out of shape without the pain in my neck and the heart problems. Trust me. Never. Because as soon as I would hit like even 190 in my youth, I just started doing push-ups and what. I wasn't strict about it, but I was a fat kid, and then I got down to like my high school weight, and if I ever even got up to like 190, it's like I just do my sit-ups and crunches and whatever until it read right, and then I'd live my life. And just keep watching the scale. It's 190, just really start working out again. That way it's like more burst, you know? And it's more about maintaining rather than constant maintenance or something like, I hate this. I don't. Because it works fast, because I build muscle fast. I just kind of get out of shape for like a week or two. Crunch it out. When I started having heart problems, I couldn't do that as easily. Turns out I'm feeling it's loosening up. I don't know how much of it. I've inherited AFib, but it shouldn't be happening until I'm like about my mom's age. I've loosened what was just dead. I've made a pop in my neck, and now there's like this spider wet vein type feeling that goes every now and again. It's like this pulse, but it's where I haven't had sensation in forever. If it tells anything, I had radio frequency ablation on there, and most of the sensation came back. When it came back, I noticed there were dead spots. But that was supposed to help with the pain. Oh, it's not that it fixed the problem, it just killed the nerves that send pain. Well, my body rebuilt those. Whatever it says you can't rebuild those, it's wrong. My body rebuilt those because the pain came back and it's back worse. And now, like I said, I can feel the network. It's just like there's like a pinch in it, and it's like the signal is just going with this numbness. And I can feel like a spider web around my neck. I can feel I can feel each one, the tendrils type thing until they end. And then if I crack my neck, it's like it at least draws, either it repinches it and cuts it off, or it draws attention away from it, or loosens it up where it frees this feeling, you know? And I'd prefer that it frees it. It's still almost pinched because Wednesday I go back, and I'm going to hit the table again. And that's how I got it to pop today. That's why it's doing that so much. Right here, well, actually right here, I was just twisting my neck because it's completely just goo. You know, the muscles. It's a sedative. It's an anesthetic. My face probably don't even look the same, you know, because like I said, in the morning your face looks weird until it becomes your face. It's still hot in here and I'm still sweating. Sorry about that. But it is cooling off outside nicely. That is good, and all the windows are open, so it should be about like another hour at most before it actually breaks, and that'll be time for me to take tramadol. Yeah, actually I can take it now. How long have I been broadcasting? Hour and 13. So exclamation. See? In summation and conclusion. It just takes a while to go get the words. The reboot. Wednesday, I go back. Pardon me. Neck will turn to goo. I get to walk right next door immediately and get popped by an actual chiropractor. Manipulated in there. So like that's the reason why the chiropractors couldn't get it to do anything. They just only made it worse because the muscles they weren't treating the muscle tension. That's the only thing he wants me to take like supplements and stuff. I'm like, I appreciate that, but I'm seriously good now. I guarantee, like today, when I did it, I could feel my heart kind of jumping a bit. But that stopped. And it's not been doing as much since like that one got unpinched. So I guarantee it'll probably be what takes me out, but it might be like 70 or 80. I may have just got like another 20 years. Because it was starting to get kind of regular. But it's not as bad anymore. I think it is a pinched nerve. And who knows, when that nerve comes back, I guarantee when it's completely freed up, there's going to be like some latent electricity that's going to need to spill. So probably, but it'll probably go. It's been having to pump this well to keep me alive with that weak of a signal. So it's probably strong as shit by now. So now getting a good solid signal is like, oh, we can relax. Like, fuck now. Whew, blood pressure come down. You know what I mean? That's the only reason blood pressure is up, because the heart's kind of having to push harder because it's not getting. My brain knows it needs to happen, so it's forcing the signal. It's literally forcing it to go through, where there's almost like a dead end. It's like a short in the wire, and it's like connect, send it. He's gonna die. Flip, connect. But every now and then it just kind of but it's actually just kind of pinched in there, and that's dead. And so these go going bat, for the most part like this, and then from time to time. But it's probably not that far in. That's like a microscopic. It's just, like about that, and then probably like that much in there, but it's enough to pinch it. But if that comes out, it stays out, solid connection, no interference at all. But it exposes the AFib. You see what I mean? So I know what's going to take me out. It just won't happen now. Especially, maybe I might have actually not cured it, but because I've had to fight with it with a weak signal, I may have strengthened that up. I don't know. Who knows? But all my doctors have always said, good, strong pulse. You got a good, strong heart. Yeah, that's good. Oh, there, yeah, I hear it. I felt that. And your heart's good. Your blood pressure's good. When I went in with in a chain of AFib, they thought, the doctor came in, he thought I was unconscious. He's like, what's the problem? He's like, patient's got AFib, blah, blah, blah. And then he's like, blood pressure, 140/90. And he's like, and how is he? And I was like scooting myself over, and the guy goes, and I because like they pulled me up to the bed, and I was scooting over. I'm like, I'm all right. It's just kind of weird. You're conscious and talking. Yeah. Okay, what drugs did you take today? Oh, I drank a margarita. Maybe 2. Oh, no, a daiquiri. 2. Daiquiri and a half. What else? Well, I'm going to inject it with something that's going to stop the AFib, but if it's mixed with then put it in the bag. I want this to stop. I'm serious. Crack, cocaine, anything. None in my system. Put it in the fucking bag, please. I want this to stop. But he was bluffing, because he thought I had taken drugs. Every doctor, you're too young to be having these kind of problems. Apparently not. But it makes sense when they were jumping me, because one guy was dragging me basically by the neck, so probably hyperextended my neck and my body was being drugged. And then when he left me in the grass, if there's too much nerve, it probably would make if they went to check my pulse, it probably would seem like I was dead. While they adjusted the difference, and there's no pulse, or it's very, very weak. Yeah, we killed that motherfucker. I'm telling you, they were stomping on my head. They're stomping on my face and my head. So they probably went and checked my pulse, and yeah, I'd be dead. That's the only thing that probably saved me. They're probably about to stomp him again, like, hang on. He's gone, man. He's dead. There's no pulse. Check him out. Oh, yeah, he's dead. So imagine his face when I showed up and delivered him a pizza 3 days later. Few bruising, but for the most part, all healed. Seriously. Three days later. But, what would be the story about the guy with the donkey? When Jesus rode a talon donkey? Where would he got the donkey? If that guy didn't raise that donkey for that exact purpose, and like, dude, that's why it's an ass. You're an ass. You're just raising this. Are we gonna slaughter it? No. We're gonna do, I don't know, woman. But God's telling me to do this. Can we sell? It's not for selling, work it. It's not for working. Well, then why are you getting it strong enough to carry a load? Please, just go inside. If you're not going to believe me and trust me, just go inside. It's not costing you anything. Look at this ass. Yeah, I heard he's going to give it away to somebody eventually. That's what he's saying. I don't know, in a couple of years. Here you go, got your donkey, sir. Thank you, man. God be with you. He already is, but I appreciate it. Thank you. You have a good day and take care. Told you. How much you pay? I said I'm giving it away, didn't I? So it costs you money? Fuck off. What business of you would I do with my money? What is it your business? What I do you want to know, you want to come in and watch me and my wife? What where's public and what's private? Fuck yourself, man. Go back to your blacksmithing, whatever the fuck you do. It'll be very important. Very, very critically important. Not like what I just did. That was nothing. Go away. If you don't recognize him, just don't worry about it, man. I knew he was as soon as he started walking this way. I heard it. And I knew. I was like, there you are. All right, cool, man. Yeah. I was wondering because it's been a couple of years. Yep. I trained him for the exact amount of weight you said. He won't drop him, I promise. No, I promise he won't. Oh, me? Dude, I've got a great life. You don't know me shit. That's what Can I say that's what I give you? I mean, it's the man who has everything. What do you get him? Can that be it? Yeah? Let's call it even. And thank you for the breath, and thank you for the food. Thank you for the heartbeat. Thank you for the dreams, because those are cool. Thank you for sleep. Thank you for sunshine, because that makes everything happen. Thank you for the water and the sand, because the fucking rocky beaches suck, but sandy beaches are cool. Rocky beaches aren't bad if you have, like, you know, the shoes. So thank you for rocky beaches and sandal shoes, the whatever those are called, swimming shoes. Thank you for pot. Thank you for all the extracts from pot. Thank you for pot doing what it does. Thank you for the pipe and the lighter. Just thank you. You're getting tired of it too? Yeah, me too. Thank you. And we're good? Okay, we're good. Do you ever have guests over for dinner? Because I'd like to come by sometime if you don't mind. Oh, that's ashes. I was hoping that was hashes. I was hoping it was hash, but it's ashes. Hashes. So, yeah, let's push to 10. I want to push off my terminal to 10. That was the beginning storm. Supposedly around 10 is when the storm's getting actually here, like the thunderstorm. And they're talking like fast winds. Unless that was it moving towards Traverse. But I don't think that would take an hour to get there. Could be early and it could be nothing. Or the other morning, I woke up to get to whatever. I was at my mom's house. And it rained earlier, but I looked, it was daytime. There was no rain outside. And like some of the longest, rollingest, cracklingest thunder I've ever heard in my life. About 7 peals of it. And it rolled from the distance to the fucking distance over the house. When my mom was like, is that thunder? I'm like, yeah. But there's no lightning. And it was... If I'm right... 2... 3... There should be 7. That was short. Okay, maybe there's 8. Unless that was like... Here's my name. Oh, gotcha. So there's only 7 after all. Sorry, it's still 7. That's how you pronounce it. Weird fucking name, guy. Stretches across the sky. Why do you yell it so loud? What if every thunderclap had a name? That God knows everyone by name. Because he's been around so long, he knows. Like, that's Thomas. That's Franklin. Franklin, you're not supposed to be back again. Lightning, I guess, strike. Lightning doesn't strike, but I guess Franklin does. I named you because when you hit Ben, yeah, you get it. Well, after a while, you run out of names, but the old guys, you remember the original. Ah, there's so-and-so. Yeah. Listen to that. There he is. Targan, what are you doing? I see you over there. He's got the whole world in his hands. What if, like, God came back, established his throne, like he destroyed everything that's in Babylon, because it says Babylon mystery, and established because it said he saw New Jerusalem coming out of heaven? What if it established itself in the Babylonian, like all the rainforests just kind of go back to where, you know what I mean? It kind of trims back. Because, I mean, you can walk on water. If he's coming back, he could be like, grass or seed, plants, give me the plants back. The way it was. Remember? Rocks. Prepare yourselves. He healed lepers. And the Mayan ruin that just recently fell. No, I missed that. Bring that back. And it's back in perfect shape. You can go inside of it. Of course you can go inside of it. It's just made. It's fresh stone. Oh, how did he do that? Oh, ye of little faith, Jesus. This and more should you also do? I guess you got a couple more evolution stages. Alright, so I guess this is God's kid kindergarten. Okay? I'll be your teacher. We're gonna learn some basic steps before we leave Earth. Then you're on your own. I'll give you the basic ideas of solving entropy. Entropy is simply not returning energy back to the universe from which you got it. It's also known as greed. By giving back. And I can't help but Tim Robbins said it in the very funny sketch. You should watch it. From I Think You Should Leave. You gotta give. If you don't give. See, the thing is, it doesn't hurt us. If you give, it doesn't hurt. It only hurts. So don't worry if your neighbor's not giving. This means they won't make it to the next stage. Understand? You still give. Doesn't matter what your neighbor's doing. They made it to this stage. They should consider themselves lucky they made it this far. Had to talk to Dad about some things. I said maybe they can learn with some one-on-one. He agreed, but you can't leave here till you learn a few things. And since you won't do it on your own, and since you obviously want a king, he'll provide you one. A righteous one. A real king. I might be his messenger heralding his coming. I didn't say it's me. Wouldn't he give me the ability to speak on his behalf? He'd want everything to be known, wouldn't he? Wouldn't he? He'd want it to be known what's happening. This is me broadcasting as loud as I can broadcast, trumpeting the sounds as loud as I can. He's on his way. He's at the door. He's knocking. We are literally at the very last days to get your shit together. Unfortunately, for some, you're not making it. Sorry, you had every chance. Sad thing is, this has already happened before. We'll get to that soon enough. Okay? You don't remember because that's part of the rebirth process. We ended the cycle, the full long cycle, okay? Now there's smaller cycles that go on and then smaller cycles inside that. All of them finish at one certain time, okay? We just crossed that threshold. If you haven't learned by now, you're in that smaller circle and you'll never get to the second circle, but you're part of the third circle because they're all one at this one point, because they're not gears, they're overlaps of circles that get tighter. Understand? Scale. So in this moment, all the smaller cycle, that just finished. The largest cycle just finished, and the medium cycle all finished at the same time. Okay? All the bread's leavened. Past, present, future are now all the same. I'm just declaring what's happening. Okay? It's even, and that's all there is. Good news is, for some of you, the universe starts over at 0. And after some sleeping, you'll wake up and you'll live your life that you had. Unfortunately, there's no way to change your choices. You can't go back. Unfortunately, I'm sorry. We've done everything we can. There's no other way to move on than to get rid of non-necessary energy and recycle it. You will continue to live on in that. Don't shoot the messenger. The rest of you are going to the middle cycle. If you don't know about the long cycle, then you're not going the long cycle. The long cycle is about to start over again. It's a long cycle. And if you don't have the fortitude for it, then stay in the second. If you think you want to go on an interesting ride, you don't. It's a long, fairly lonely ride. It starts out with a lot of people that are curious, and they realize they should have been on the second ring. And that's fine. That's completely fine. There's no harm in that. There's no judgment, understand? There's no judgment. This is just how the universe works. That's how we end entropy. That's how we don't all die. You have to give back to the system. You have to. Or you alone will obey Newton's third law. Not your neighbor, not your kids. You won't damn anybody. Your own actions damn you. Your own actions judge you. Your own conscience knows. Sorry. It's here. Sorry. I've been trying since the 90s, I promise, to say, I've been saying it and everybody's been saying I'm crazy. Okay? There it is. That's what I learned in my ketamine. That I don't know anything for sure. But in the 90s, I was pretty positive the world was going to end on a Wednesday. So much so that I wrote a song called Wicked Wednesday. if I had the 8-track player, I think I have the tape somewhere. Oh, I might have a mix down. You know what? I'm going to try and find the tape of it. Because I have some mix downs. Yeah, I've got a tape player. I'm going to try and find it, and I'll see if I can find it. It's the recording is terrible. It might actually be better than I remember. Because, here, just to show you, I'm kind of embarrassed by this, but you'll hear, like, the drum machine and what I was doing with it. I'm going to have to unmute the desktop audio. Where would that be? Drum sounds, storage, music, geared mode. Yeah, there it is. Now, Beautiful was around that time. Beautiful was around that time because I was in college and I don't remember if I was tripping acid or not, but I was sitting on a bench in college. And I was just kind of dazing and looking around. And then I looked forward, and through the veil, I clearly saw eyes looking at me. And I kind of looked, and it acknowledged, like, you can see me. And I'm like, yeah. And I just stared at it for a while. And there was just, imagine between you and I, there's a set of eyes. Other than, like, the translucence of, you know what I mean, like the shadow, like having looked at a light for too long and then looked away and you can see the light, like that. Now imagine that opens up and there's an eye there looking at you. Basic idea. Very thin, wispy, but it was there. Very clear, something obviously looking at me. I got the feeling of feminine. But yeah, that's when I wrote that Beautiful song. The song Beautiful. That's my demo. There's my second studio album. Yeah, this is the one. This one's The Day Will Come. This is about the end of the world. There's My Angel Stays Away, Weptember. There's one that's called Confessions, because the name is so long. It's ridiculous. It's Confessions of a serial killer who confesses to his girlfriend that he is indeed a serial killer, which she can't handle, and thus he must kill her. So I shortened it to Confessions. Let's see if I can get to that. That song literally fell out when I had just finished another song, and I was drunk and stoned, and I was going to the bathroom, and as I was pissing. Said, baby, it's complicated. I'm not sure that you're ready for the truth. Said, give it a try, and you just might find there's more to me than what's inside of you. I've gotta write that. I don't know what chords that is. I gotta write that. That's pretty good. Said, baby, it's yeah. Sit. Said, it's complicated. Not sure that you're ready for the truth. So give it a try, and you just might find there's more to me than just what's inside of you. So I gave it a try, and that's the day she died. Why did I confess to that? I don't know. Never should have told her. Oh, come on. I could just say, come on, what can't you... You can tell me anything. I really don't think you can handle this. I mean, it's not like a danger or anything like that. There's no... I might be into it. What is it? Oh, you might be into it. Okay, you said you could handle what? Well, I can't handle it. What? It wasn't a threat to you and to God damn. Why? Fuck. We go out. People would talk about it, and like, we don't have to worry about that. You felt safe? Yeah. Everybody else was scared, right? Remember? Yeah. We went through that just fine, right? Yeah. Can't testify. Yeah. Stay away from me. Oh, this didn't go how I thought it was going to go at all. God damn it, why, man? Why did I just say something freaky? Why did I say something? Why did I say three-way? Why did I say three-way? Shit. Three-way. Fuck. Alright. Let's clean this up. Paulie wants a cracker. Oh, he's fine. That's a real story. And he took the place of the torturer who got tricked. I mean, it's a great song. I'm just saying it's and Morrissey took the place of the killer who woke before dawn. He put his shoes on. He walked on down the hall. The blue bus is calling us. The blue bus. Ride the highway west, baby. The west is the best. It is. I've been out west. Go out there. It'll do the rest. I loved it when that fucking Gavin, I think it was Gavin Newsom or something like that. So guess what? We are the elites. We are. if we were a country, we'd be the fourth richest country on our own. Our exports of Hollywood and things like that entertain people everywhere. Now, if we moved to New Zealand, you'd be isolated in the amount of traffic in there, and then we could build our sets. Yeah, that'd be a good idea for that. Because then it's away, and they have to guess what you're filming. But you know it's something picturesque, right? Has to be. Or does it? You've never been? I've never been. I'd love to go. They're paying people to move, I believe, there. And I was going to say, I'll do it. If you let me run a studio, like a vocal studio, we can do voiceover work. If you got any actors, I mean, I know you guys have that accent, so that way, I mean, I can be an American. I can teach you how to do an American accent. You know, I mean, that'd be fine. If you can help, if you let me work on my New Zealand. Yeah. All right. That's fair. Something like that. But that's more Australian, though. See, I gotta work on it. I need an actual New New Zealander. Brit. Brit. B-R-E-T. Oh, Brett. I thought you were saying Brittany, like Brittany. I like your accent. I have that same accent. Jermaine. Yeah, I was getting along with Claire Fitzpatrick, Jill Fitzpatrick, Marsha Fitzpatrick. Here, all I do is talk about getting with girls. Anyways, Fly the Conchords. They have a HBO special. There's probably some stuff on YouTube from Fly to the Conchords. They're very funny. Brett McKenzie was in Lord of the Rings, and his character was so liked by people they brought him back in The Hobbit. So, and in the one he was uncredited, he didn't have a name, and in part two he had a name, which was really interesting because compared to Jermaine, he seems so short and slight. It's just Jermaine's tall as fuck. Because when he's standing next to Hugo Weaving, they're supposed to be these tall, fair elves, and he's the same height, unless he's wearing like lifts or something like that. But I don't think so. I mean, I think he's probably like more like my height or a bit taller, even. I don't know. But it's just next to Jermaine, he's like a little bit over 6, probably. So like, I would look tiny. But I think I'm actually tall. And if you start going, compared to a basketball player, I'm short as fuck. But no, for average, I'm actually kind of tall. I was 5'11", but I think that compression in my neck has brought me down to like a little bit over 5'10". Oh yeah, I can feel some lack of sensation in my big toe. But that might help me over Wednesday. Get a full connection in my spine. Fuck. It's been a long time since I had a full connection. And the thing is, probably since, whatever. But I was doing acid around that time. Can you imagine if that pinch caught some of that? Because it stays in your system. And it's just been crystallized in there. And then it pops out and releases and basically and becomes like cracks. And releases in my system. Like after about 45 minutes, after 11:45, I've been tripping balls. Oh, I love to trip. But I never hallucinate. That's the thing. I never hallucinate. I just trip balls. I watch reality just trip and bend around me, dude. There was a girl like bent and fucking like an H shape. You know? She's really it was weird. Everything was brrr. The ground as I walked, it was fucked up. It was weird. No, it wasn't. It wasn't me. I wasn't hallucinating. That's the point. Reality bent. It was fucking weird. It was almost like reality was in a fisheye bowl. Oh, I forgot that some wax in there. So I need to smoke less, a lot less. Plus, I haven't been smoking anywhere near as much, staying over my mom's. I meant to take some smoke, just like enough for like a joint or two. If I don't smoke and I don't have anything at all, I will abuse my tramadol. So far, I've been taking 6 a day. That's on average because some days I took 7. Like, see, a couple days I remember in a row I took 7. So that means a couple days I took 5 or less. I was so stoned I just forgot for 8 hours or so. And then I get so stoned, forget about it, go to sleep, wake up. As long as I wake up around like 8 a.m. It might be why I was waking up like kind of early. And usually I wake up and it's a bit warm feeling, you know? Until I take my 2 tramadol. I'm good to go. And then sometimes I fall asleep again, especially if I take a clonazepam. But I got nowhere to be. I got nothing to do. Put on some TV. Fall asleep. Can't remember the last time I played a game. Little fucker. Almost got you. Fuck. I can't believe he got away. It's like time moved my hand, seriously, because I hit him and somehow he precognition shit. That might be what cockroaches would. Can you imagine? They're kind of like time travelers. That's why their shell and shape is that way. Fuck. So that means I gotta put out traps again. I have traps, but if I ever see them, that means they're back. But let's change them out. That's fine. I got cash. Man, they really, I mean, whatever it is that tracks them in there, and they just go in and die. I don't care. I don't care. I just don't want them in the house at all. And these things, because the way they're built, the wallpaper underneath the paint, the glue that holds it on, they like to eat it. Because the people that make these make them cheap. If this was made like a durable home, fuck, it would be worth it. But they just barely paid any fucking attention at all. You know what I mean? They just did their bare minimum. And it shows. There's going to be more and more people getting sick. Probably not from the paint or whatever, or from the thing, but from the roaches. There's a lot of people that are allergic to roaches. And if they're living in the walls and you don't even see them, what's it going to do while you're breathing? Your kid's breathing all. Would you want your kid breathing roach dust? Especially even if they're dead, you know, in the trap. Where they go? We don't know. It's kind of like that. Remember the Envy? Walking along, toodly-doo. Suddenly, you step in poo. What do? I don't know what to do. Vaporize, vaporize, mountain scented vaporize. I like that. Yeah, I just came up with that mountain scented. Can you imagine someone just did that right in front of you and just went away? That'd be weird.